This morning, we're introducing you to an incredible young woman who is a champion for change for Americans with disabilities. Her name is Jordyn Zimmerman. She is one of the more than 5 million Americans with autism. Now, she may be non-speaking, but she is still using her voice big time to advocate for others. Jamie Wax sat down with Zimmerman for her first broadcast TV interview. We should point out that we've edited some of her response times.
Jordyn Zimmerman will tell you herself. She's not one to talk, but she sure has a lot to say.
What do you want the world to know about Jordyn Zimmerman?
I'm a pretty ordinary person, but I have huge aspirations and dreams for our world.
Zimmerman, now 29, was diagnosed with non-speaking autism as a child, communicating instead through body language and pictures. It wasn't until the age of 18, when she got hold of a communication app on an iPad, that the world got to meet the insightful and verbose girl that had always been living within.
Tell me about that moment when you felt that you had a legitimate voice for the first time.
It was joyful for me, incredible even, and also deeply confusing for my family. They had been told for 18, almost 19 years, by so many professionals, about who I was, what I could do, how I would not be able to feel deeply with others or empathize. And here I was, sharing and debunking everything that was made to be true for so long, but was wildly inaccurate.
So at 18, this technology literally gave a voice to the thoughts you had inside of you. What did that do for you personally?
iPad gave me so much confidence to really connect with people. My brother and I have this amazing, ever-growing relationship, which now started 10 years ago. We didn't have the chance of knowing each other before that time.
Zimmerman's voice, that went unheard for so long, has now made its way to some of the biggest platforms. She serves on the President's Committee for People with Intellectual Disabilities and gives presentations at schools across the country on a mission to get better resources and educational opportunities for students with disabilities.
What would you like to see different in the way that we approach education in this country?
When students are non-speaking or cannot rely on speech to be understood, our school systems frequently segregate them. And once a student is segregated, it's hard to shake things up. We have to rewrite those rules.
It's so interesting that you use the term segregation, which is a weighted word that I think people relate to, especially when it comes to education.
I don't use flowery words.
No, you're a very direct communicator.
Do you feel like you're ready for tomorrow?
Using her words, as direct as they can sometimes be, caught the attention of Sarah Herlinger, the head of global accessibility at Apple. The company selected Zimmerman as a distinguished educator.
What does it mean for you when you see Jordyn express herself as a human being personally on your devices?
It just makes me happy. I mean, Jordyn has one of the best sense of humor, and to watch her facial expression as she has that thing that she wants to express, and then she types it out and just gets that kind of wry smile in her face. And I love the fact that our technology is really just helping her show the world exactly who she is.
I can access live speech through assistive touch. Should I show you?
Sure. Zimmerman offered me a tutorial of Apple's live speech feature that she uses.
No matter where I am on iPad or what app is open, I can double tap that assistive touch button, which allows me to open the live speech accessibility feature.
It's amazing. It's opened up the whole world to you.
So we left with some new tech skills and a lesson on resilience, too.
My 8-year-old child, who is on the autism spectrum, is she growing up in a more understanding world than an 8-year-old you grew up in, Jordyn?
It's my hope. It's why I'm engaged in this work, so all kids can thrive, be understood, and have the tools they need to succeed in the world, whatever they decide to do. Every time I present and share my story, I impact one person. I feel good and am proud about changing the narrative in that way. I know I can't change the world alone, but I can certainly create ripples to facilitate meaningful improvements and help show that we all have valuable contributions to make.
Oh, man.
Jordyn is in the process of getting an MBA, her second master's degree, and to sit across from her is to realize that there is so much more to communication than words. She is amazing. I should point out, this is the first story to be pitched
and co-produced by the wonderful Allison Brown,
yes.
great member of
Who
your
is my
team.
sister? Yes. Allison has lots of good ideas. But I think this is an amazing, I think she's amazing, but I think it raises a very good point. Just because you're non-speaking doesn't mean you're non-thinking,
Yes,
non-feeling, and non-hearing.
No.
It was
She's
an
doing
amazing
so much.
story.
Can't say it any
Change
better.
the world.
Jamie,
Bravo,
thank you so
Allison.
much.
Bravo, Allison
Bravo,
Brown.
Allison. We'll be right back.